Mhm.
So, as a foreign medical grad coming into America, what kind of struggles do you go through coming into this country?
Yeah, so of course the biggest was the culture shock. I mean, when I did my medical training in India, things were very different. The whole work culture, the work ethic, and so that was like it took me some time to get used to it. For example, here in the US, the work culture, it kind of wants you to be very independent and take on responsibilities and, follow um, uh, through with what you said you're going to do. And but that was kind of not really the ground reality in India, kind of growing up there. But this is like a very good work ethic to have, that if you're telling something, I'm going to do something, you better follow through on it. And and then other things like just working hard and but at the same time trying to have like a work-life balance. So that was like, it took me some time to kind of find a good balance between the two. Other struggles, I mean, I don't think language was a problem for me initially. Just getting used to the whole system, like social security numbers, like bank accounts, those kind of things. And, and also everyone goes through a little bit of a homesickness, coming, being far from family and everyone else. So that was a little bit of a struggle. But the good thing that helped me during the transition to residency was that I had a good network of friends and who really helped helped me feel very welcome and allowed me to very quickly gel with the work culture during residency. And and I think that was like a wonderful journey. I don't know, like 15 years from the time I started.
I know that it's more likely to have a doctor in the United States by the last name Patel than having somebody by the name Williams or Michaels. I think we represent about one of every four physicians in the United States are an international medical graduate. One concern that I had when I came to this country was the etiquette, how to dress, how to communicate, how to tone down myself as a Latino, avoiding the drama and the dramatic statements that we make, how to tone myself to become more American-like. I know that there is issues with etiquette. And you said specifically that you personally struggle with the culture shock. Yeah. What do you think has to happen in the applicant to change a little bit to adapt to be more likable by the residency program directors and the interviewers?
Yeah, it's a big transition. And for myself, kind of my personality is more of like an introvert, so it kind of I didn't really fit well with like a more extrovert kind of a setting, which I understand is a more common kind of personality type in the US work culture. But then I tried just try to be myself. I try not to crack any jokes that might be considered offensive, and or try not to use like things that I might have heard in a movie, thinking that people are going to understand it. I mean, I think I would just try to keep it for example, even now, I'm not able to like tell a patient, do you get Charlie horses? That's kind of not me, even though I hear it all the time about neuropathy and sciatica and everything. So I would say just be yourself, and just pay close attention to what's happening around you. And I try to keep a very low profile, not get into trouble, and I think I did very well with that. And yeah, and I think just be yourself. That's all. That's kind of the key message here.